something huge is happening in Los Angeles. A move is rumored to be shaking up the franchise and taking the team to a whole new level. Sources suggest that an immediate impact star could already be on the way, bringing youth, power, and elite talent to join the young prodigy who's already dominating the court. Lakers fans can hardly imagine what this would mean for the season, but one thing is certain: if this move goes through, the future in purple and gold will never be the same. Watch until the end to catch all the details and see how this trade could transform the team overnight. The New York Knicks have added a familiar name to their preseason roster. Former Los Angeles Lakers center Alex Len has agreed to a non-guaranteed deal with New York, giving the veteran big man the chance to compete for a spot when training camp opens. For the Knicks, the move is low risk. The structure of the deal allows the team to release Len at any time if he fails to make an impact during camp or the preseason schedule. For Len, however, it's an opportunity to extend a career that has seen him play for multiple franchises since being drafted 5th overall by the Phoenix Suns in 2013. Len's most recent stop was in Los Angeles. He signed with the Lakers midway through last season as the franchise dealt with injuries and a lack of depth in the front court. In limited action, Len appeared in 10 games and earned 4 starts. His role was modest but valuable, giving the team an experienced body to plug into the rotation when needed. In just over 12 minutes per game, he averaged 2.2 points, 3.1 rebounds, and nearly 1 assist. While the numbers were far from eye-catching, Len's size and presence provided occasional stability. At 32 years old, Len is no longer viewed as a long-term solution. Still, the Knicks see him as a possible insurance policy behind their top 2 centers, Mitchell Robinson and newly acquired Karl Anthony Towns. Robinson, known for his rim protection, has struggled with injuries throughout his career, while Towns will be transitioning into a new system after years in Minnesota. Adding Len gives head coach Tom Thibodeau an option to ease the workload on both players and preserve their health for the postseason push. According to Knicks insider Ian Begley, Len impressed during his workout with the team, showing enough mobility and conditioning to earn the offer. He wasn't the only big man under consideration. The Knicks also brought in Thomas Bryant, who won a championship with the Denver Nuggets in 2023, and forward Trey Jemison III. Neither was offered a contract, at least for now, leaving Len as the front runner to secure depth minutes heading into camp. Len isn't the only former Laker making the move to New York. The Knicks also signed forward Matt Ryan, a sharpshooter best known for his three-point range. Ryan has bounced around the league, but has carved out a reputation as a specialist capable of spacing the floor. With both Len and Ryan signed, New York now has one open roster spot remaining for training camp. Who will fill it is still uncertain, but the front office is expected to keep evaluating options as camp approaches. While Len tries to carve out a role in New York, the Lakers have reshaped their front court for the upcoming season. The biggest move came with the addition of DeAndre Ayton. The former #1 overall pick arrives in Los Angeles with the expectation of becoming the anchor in the paint alongside Luka Doncic, who was acquired earlier in the offseason to be the new face of the franchise. Ayton's talent has never been questioned. At 7 feet tall with a polished offensive game, he has shown flashes of being one of the league's most versatile big men. However, his consistency and intensity have often been called into question. At his introductory press conference in Los Angeles, Ayton addressed those criticisms directly, insisting that he is ready to prove his doubters wrong. "It fuels me," Ayton said. "It's a different type of drive I've wanted to show for a long time. I believe this is the perfect moment here in purple and gold on a platform where there's no hiding." Behind Ayton, the Lakers re-signed Jackson Hayes on a 1-year contract. Hayes played a backup role last season and will be expected to do the same this year, providing energy and rim protection in limited minutes. For additional depth, Los Angeles brought in Kylor Kelly and Christian Koloko. Both players are on non-guaranteed deals and will have to earn their place on the roster through training camp. Their presence creates competition for the final rotation spots, ensuring the Lakers have options should injuries arise. For the Knicks, Len represents a veteran piece in what is shaping up to be a high-pressure season, with Towns added to a core that already includes Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and RJ Barrett. Expectations in New York are higher than they've been in years. Depth at the center position is essential, especially under Tom Thibodeau, who is known for heavy workloads on his starters. Even if Len doesn't play significant minutes, his presence provides security. For the Lakers, the focus shifts to developing chemistry with their new-look roster. Luka Doncic and DeAndre Ayton form a fresh foundation supported by returning role players and younger prospects battling for spots. Len's departure highlights just how much turnover the Lakers have experienced in the front court over the past year. Stability will depend on Ayton's growth and the ability of the supporting cast to deliver. As training camp nears, Len's situation with the Knicks will be one to watch. While nothing is guaranteed, his experience and size give him a chance to stick. And in a league where front court depth can swing playoff runs, even a minor signing like this one could prove meaningful down the line. While the Knicks were making headlines by adding former Lakers Alex Len and Matt Ryan to their training camp roster, in Los Angeles, the focus has shifted to something far bigger: the future of the franchise in the hands of Luka Doncic. The blockbuster trade that brought Doncic to the Lakers instantly reshaped the identity of the team. For years, Los Angeles had been searching for a new cornerstone, someone capable of carrying the torch after LeBron James. With LeBron now entering the twilight of his legendary career at 40 years old, the organization turned to Doncic, betting that his prime years could define the next era of Lakers basketball. And the expectations are already sky high, not just among fans, but also within the league. In fact, Hall of Famer Tim Hardaway recently predicted that Doncic could walk away with the MVP award this very season. Speaking with Matt Moore of the Action Network, Hardaway made his case with conviction. "He actually should have probably won it one time," Hardaway said, "but I'm gonna go with Luka Doncic. If he has the kind of year he normally does, and they end up in the top 4, I think he has a really good chance of winning MVP. He probably should have won it about 2 years ago." It's not hard to see why Hardaway feels that way. Doncic has already established himself as one of the most dynamic offensive forces in the NBA. His ability to score from anywhere on the floor makes him nearly impossible to defend, and his vision as a passer elevates everyone around him. For a Lakers team that just added DeAndre Ayton to solidify the front court, Doncic's presence as the primary playmaker gives them a completely new dimension. But for all the praise, Hardaway did point to an area where Doncic still has work to do: defense. "This is not overseas, this is the NBA," Hardaway said. "You've got to keep your feet in front of people. Teams will go at you. Just because you lost weight doesn't mean they believe you can defend now." The comments reflect a wider narrative around Doncic's career. Offensively, he is elite, a player who can dictate the pace of a game and single-handedly shift momentum. Defensively, however, questions remain. And in a league where stars are increasingly expected to contribute on both ends of the floor, improvement in that department could be the key to not only personal accolades, but also team success. Since arriving in Los Angeles, Doncic's numbers have spoken for themselves. He posted averages of 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game, while shooting 43.8% from the field and 37.9% from three-point range. Those are MVP caliber stats by any measure, especially when paired with the marketability and spotlight that comes with wearing the purple and gold. For the Lakers, those numbers are more than individual highlights. They represent hope. With Doncic running the offense, Ayton anchoring the paint, and a mix of role players fighting for their spots in camp, the franchise believes it has found the right foundation for the years ahead. The turnover in the roster, with players like Alex Len moving on and new faces arriving, underscores just how much the team has changed in a short time. Hardaway's comments add fuel to the narrative. If Doncic can elevate his game just a little further, especially on defense, the Lakers could quickly transition from a team in transition to a legitimate title contender. And for Doncic himself, an MVP season would not just validate the Lakers' gamble, it would mark his arrival as the league's most dominant player. Around the league, the reaction has been a mix of excitement and curiosity. Doncic has long been viewed as a future MVP, but whether that breakthrough happens in his first year with Los Angeles remains to be seen. What is clear, though, is that the spotlight will be brighter than ever. Every performance will be dissected, every win and loss magnified, and every moment judged against the standard of past Lakers legends. The transition from LeBron James to Luka Doncic was never going to be simple, but with endorsements like Hardaway's and the numbers already backing him up, Doncic enters this season as the face of one of basketball's most storied franchises, and with expectations that stretch far beyond Los Angeles. For the Knicks, signing veterans like Alex Len and Matt Ryan may provide short-term insurance. For the Lakers, the story is much bigger. It's about building a new identity, leaning on the talents of a young superstar, and chasing greatness in the shadow of a dynasty. As training camp approaches, two very different paths are unfolding. In New York, it's about filling out the roster and searching for depth. In Los Angeles, it's about positioning a generational talent to make history. And if Tim Hardaway's prediction proves true, Luka Doncic might just be the player to redefine the Lakers' future and claim the NBA's most prestigious award along the way. As the Los Angeles Lakers continue to reshape their roster around Luka Doncic, the spotlight has inevitably shifted to the future of the franchise and the role of its aging superstar, LeBron James. Tensions between LeBron and the Lakers have become a frequent topic in sports media, with rumors suggesting the veteran forward is increasingly frustrated with no longer being the central figure of the team. Those frustrations have sparked speculation about LeBron's next move, raising questions not only about his own future, but also about the direction of the Lakers as a whole. The uncertainty revolves around whether LeBron will request a trade this season or wait until his contract expires next year. Either way, the organization must weigh its options carefully. The challenge is complex. LeBron remains one of the most talented players in the league, but his advanced age and evolving role in the team's hierarchy present difficult decisions for management. One bold scenario has captured significant attention. Bleacher Report analyst or Three Cone proposed a potential trade that would send both LeBron James and his son Bronny James to the Miami Heat in exchange for 2 seasoned players and draft assets. The proposed trade package would see the Lakers send LeBron James, Bronny James. In return, the Heat would provide Andrew Wiggins, Terry Rozier, 2 first-round draft picks. From a strategic standpoint, the trade offers several benefits for the Lakers. Wiggins and Rozier bring youth, athleticism, and versatility to the roster. The 2 first-round selections provide the organization with flexibility to either select emerging talent or use the picks as trade assets in future roster moves. Defense and draft capital are critical priorities, and this scenario addresses both while creating a roster structure better suited to complement Doncic's unique skill set. Andrew Wiggins, at 30, is still in his prime. Last season, he averaged 19 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.3 assists per game for the Miami Heat. Known for his defensive versatility and ability to guard multiple positions, Wiggins also offers reliable three-point shooting, a valuable asset for spacing the floor. Pairing him with Doncic provides the Lakers with a dynamic combination capable of sustaining offensive firepower while shoring up perimeter defense. Terry Rozier adds another layer of depth at the guard position. With his scoring ability and experience, Rozier would provide a reliable backup and a complementary piece alongside Doncic. The presence of 2 first-round picks further strengthens the Lakers' long-term plan, giving them flexibility for future trades or selections that could shape the next chapter of the franchise. This scenario highlights the broader challenges facing the Lakers as they navigate a period of transition. On one hand, the team now has a generational talent in Doncic, supported by a solid front court anchored by DeAndre Ayton. On the other, management must account for LeBron's evolving role, the roster's changing dynamics, and the need to remain competitive in a league where every team is actively upgrading. LeBron remains an elite playmaker and a game-changing presence, but as his career progresses, his defensive impact has become less consistent. A trade that brings in younger, more versatile players allows the Lakers to maintain high-level performance while building for the future. It is a delicate balancing act, respecting a legendary career while positioning the team to maximize the talents of its new centerpiece. For Luka Doncic, this potential shift could accelerate his emergence as the undisputed face of the Lakers. With LeBron potentially moving on, Doncic would have the opportunity to assume full leadership responsibilities while playing alongside teammates strategically acquired to support his strengths. The combination of Doncic's playmaking, Wiggins' athleticism, Rozier's scoring, and the added draft flexibility could provide a blueprint for sustained success. Even if such a trade never materializes, the speculation underscores the Lakers' evolving strategy. The organization is clearly focused on building a roster around Doncic, balancing veteran experience, young talent, and future assets to create a competitive, sustainable core. As training camp approaches, the Lakers' decisions will be scrutinized closely, with every move potentially impacting the trajectory of the franchise. From a narrative perspective, the contrast between New York and Los Angeles is striking. While the Knicks focus on adding depth through veterans like Alex Len and Matt Ryan, the Lakers are making strategic calculations about superstar transitions, long-term competitiveness, and the alignment of young talent with championship aspirations. In Los Angeles, every move is magnified under the lens of Doncic's arrival and the shadow of LeBron's legendary career. The proposed LeBron to Heat trade is emblematic of this tension. It reflects both the challenges and opportunities facing the Lakers. Managing an aging superstar superstar, leveraging draft capital, and accelerating Doncic's development as the team's cornerstone. If executed wisely, the Lakers could emerge from this transitional phase with a roster capable of contending at the highest level, built around a player already considered among the league's elite. As the season approaches, all eyes will be on Los Angeles. How the Lakers balance legacy, youth, and long-term planning will define not just Doncic's era, but the next chapter of one of basketball's most storied franchises. And if the rumors surrounding LeBron, Bronny, and the proposed trade prove accurate, the ripple effects could reshape the NBA landscape in ways few could have predicted, setting the stage for a dramatic and defining season in purple and gold.